The stars are out in Washington, D.C.
This is a Hollywood crowd.
It's the most glamorous event of the year in the nation's capital.
It's so fun to see people from different areas of expertise all coming together.
This is my fourth time here, and I love it every time.
We're giving you an all-access pass to the hottest ticket in town. Join A-list celebrities as they mingle with America's power players over dinner, cocktails, and, of course, comedy. Headliner Joel McHale knows he'll be playing to a tough crowd.
There are so many powerful people, so many rich people. They made enough money and have enough power to never laugh again.
But it'll be the president who gets the last laugh, poking fun at superstars, politicians, and the reporters who cover him.
My job is to be president. Your job is to keep me humble. Frankly, I think I'm doing my job better.
Now the red carpet is out for a party sure to dazzle even the rich and famous. I should know, I'm Robin Leach, and this is CNN's coverage of the 100th annual White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, here's Don Lemon.
Welcome, everyone. Well, you can say 2,700 people in this room are lucky tonight, but I don't think they're as lucky as having Robin Leach give you a shout-out. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special coverage of the White House Correspondents' Dinner and the one night in Washington when everyone takes a break from their daily routine and gets along with each other. This is Brett Larson. He is our tech expert. There's a lot of selfies and tweeting from the room going on, so Brett is going to help me get through this. You know, in the country, because the country has such a low opinion of the jobs that both the president and the Congress are doing, these politicians need to focus on improving their own credibility. So they do what any normal person would do. They invite a bunch of Hollywood celebrities to the party. They even rolled out the red carpet so the actors and the actresses didn't have to bring their own, and lent CNN a little space on it so that we could fawn along with the rest of you. And that's where we find our entertainment correspondent, Nichelle Turner, and our national correspondent, Suzanne Malveaux. They're both there, both my angels. Good evening, ladies. You're looking great. I'm doing well, Suzanne. So, and Nichelle. So who do you guys, tell us about the big moments that you've seen so far.
You know, it's interesting, Don, because I think I was telling Nichelle, I've been to about 12 of these games so far, and this is the first time that we've actually done the red carpet together. It's really exciting. I mean, think about this. This is the one night that it is acceptable to oogle back and forth, if you can actually have a little bit of fun, a little bit of lightness with all of this. And I remember, Michelle, back in the time that Janet Reno, we were fighting over having her at our table. That was considered the hot guest, and things have changed. It's very, very different than it was before.
I think I was reading when Hollywood started to enter the fray, it was Fawn Hall.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and that's kind of when we started seeing the change in Hollywood enter to the party.
I think it was Barbra Streisand, actually, Don, who made it popular for celebrities to come to this thing, because it clearly is kind of like a little bit of a nerd thing that people get dressed up, they enjoy kind of partying and rubbing elbows, if you will. So it's been really kind of a fun evening. But also, Don, there are a lot of people who I talk to who really have messages. They've got policy that they're trying to push forward in the administration. It's been a weekend of brunches and parties and meetings to make sure that the administration is kind of listening to the celebrity power that you know all too well.
Exactly.
That works.
Talking to Tim Daly and Jeffrey Tambor and Wendy McClendon Covey tonight, they're members of the Creative Coalition, and they've been spending the last 2 days really lobbying to bring the arts back to schools. And so this was kind of their opportunity, along with, having a little bit of fun, to really get their message across and really, get in people's ear and get in people's faces and really have the opportunity to do that. So you're right. Some people do come here with a message. Some people just come to have a little fun.
and there's been a lot of that as well, I think. I mean, people have been talking about this. But, Don, I want you to know, too, there are so many different shows that make it popular, Washington popular now, Scandal, Homeland, Veep. I had a chance to talk to a number of those actors who are here in town about their specific causes, why it is that they're here, why this is important to them. So I want you to listen to just a couple of the interviews that we did ahead of the dinner.
I think the owners will do the right thing. They understand how important this is that this be handled the right way, and I think they'll do the right thing.
I mean, I certainly think that the Obama administration has done so many important things. Repealing DOMA was massive. Don't ask, don't tell. But really, nothing was was more important. Maybe things were equally important, but nothing was more important than the president himself coming out and saying that he and Michelle support marriage equality and that they think it's a just cause. I think that spoke volumes.
It's so the same in so many ways and so different in so many ways. I haven't been inside yet, so I don't know what's in there, but this weekend has had the same amount of glamour, but also an inspiring amount of substance, and you really feel like, you know, you're meeting the people that can shift the world. And in terms of Hollywood, people shift the world, but in a much different way, in the language of emotions and ideals and hopes.
You know, it's interesting because you do walk the line about what causes people are here for, and if they're just having a good time. There's still a lot of heavy issues going on in Washington. I mean, I talked to Senator McCain about Ukraine tonight, and I also talked to Barbara Walters. I caught up with her because she last night got the interview.
Right. Yes, that's right.
That
Absolutely.
everyone has been wanting, Don. We've been talking about this a little bit. She interviewed V. Stiviano, the woman in the center of the Donald Sterling racial remark scandal, the woman who taped the conversation. Barbara Walters interviewed her last night, so I caught up with Barbara to talk to her about that interview, how did she get it, and what she thought about it. Let's take a little bit of a listen to that. I've got to ask you the burning question. Your interview with V. Stiviano. Number one, how did you get it? Because everybody's been wanting that interview.
I think she wanted to do it. I think she wanted to be heard. I think she feels there have been a lot of bad things said about her, and this was her chance to show that she was intelligent, that she wasn't a little bunny, which is what she calls herself.
A silly rabbit, or what?
Rabbit.
Yeah, I heard you say what when she said that. It did seem like she was a little careful with what she was saying. Did you get that feeling?
I think that she was careful, but I think it was very important for her to have people know her. I mean, she was wearing the visor so that people wouldn't really see her. Now she felt she wanted to speak out. She also said that she thought that Sterling should apologize. He didn't while I was there.
You know, it was a really fascinating interview. It is the interview that everybody's been wanting to
Oh,
get.
you've been watching, yes, absolutely.
So, you know, I'm sure that's going to be a topic of conversation in there. But I have to tell you, Don, I'm a little upset with Suzanne Malveaux because she stole Will.i.am from me out here on the red carpet tonight.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no. She called me out. She called me out.
She stole
We both want Lupita. That's what we're really competing over. That is the interview we really want, is Lupita. We have not seen her yet, so we'll see if we can get her later tonight.
I saw Will.i.am zip right by Nichelle, but he stopped to talk to Suzanne. But I think I saw, did we see Lupita? Nichelle, did you see Lupita, but she didn't talk? She just sort of scrambled up the stairs?
Yeah, she came and she took photos, and then she went right in, which is what a lot of celebrities do sometimes if they don't want to talk. I would love to talk to her, though, because we haven't talked to her since Oscar night. No one's really talked to her about what's been going on, you know, since she won the Oscar. So she is the get here tonight.
Yeah, she is the get. We'll see who gets her, Don.
All right, stand by, Angels. The White House Correspondents' Dinner. It is the president's chance to get even, and no one is safe. Here's CNN's senior political correspondent, Brianna Keilar.
At the White House Correspondents' Dinner, everyone is fair game, even the president's own cabinet.
4 years later, she won't stop drunk texting me from Cartagena.
Political foes better watch out. Last year, President Obama took this jab at his critics with this swipe at Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Some folks still don't think I spend enough time with Congress. Why don't you get a drink with Mitch McConnell, they ask. Really? Why don't you get a drink with Mitch McConnell?
Even pop stars make good targets.
The Jonas Brothers are here. They're out there somewhere. Sasha and Malia are huge fans. But boys don't get any ideas. I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
But just how far can a president go? Jon Favreau is President Obama's former chief speechwriter.
These are some of the hardest speeches to do because the really funny jokes you can't use. And then there's a whole bunch of jokes that just sound really cheesy, right? Because they're like typical politician jokes. So we're trying to get somewhere in between with the jokes that we write.
It's generally safe for a president to take aim at himself.
The state of Hawaii released my official long-form birth certificate. Tonight, for the first time, I am releasing my official birth video.
We came up with that. It had been right around the controversy over the birth certificate when it was flown in, and Trump was making all those crazy accusations.
In preparation for the dinner, there's an all-call for jokes at the White House.
The speechwriters at the White House reach out to the funniest people we know outside the White House, and we ask everyone for jokes, and we try to come up with jokes ourselves. Usually we just sit in the Oval with him, and he reads the jokes out loud. And as he's doing that, he makes edits, he throws in some lines himself, comes up with some jokes on his own.
In an election year, this podium can be a political weapon.
It's great to be here this evening in the vast, magnificent Hilton Ballroom, or what Mitt Romney would call a little fixer-upper.
World events often intersect with the president's jokes. Take this one in 2011.
Tim Pawlenty. He seems all-American, but if you heard his real middle name, Tim Hosni Pawlenty. What a shame.
He was initially going to say Tim Osama Pawlenty, but right before the dinner, he changed his mind.
We walk in and we go over the jokes with the president, and he looks at them all and he says, you know, these are great jokes, like them all. There's one punchline that I would change. I think bin Laden's been played out and we don't need to talk about him.
Played out? Not exactly. He was about to become big news.
Bin Laden is dead. The United States has the body.
I had no idea why until the next day when I found out that the general that the president was talking to was he was giving the orders to give the go-ahead on the operation to pursue Osama bin Laden.
Brianna Keeler, CNN, Washington.
And make sure you stick around. Brianna Keeler gets something special tonight. You'll see it here on CNN. Coming up, President Obama's live speech at the 2014 White House Correspondents' Dinner. And for the reporters who get roasted by the president, the experience can have really a lasting impression. Just ask our very own Wolf Blitzer.
I've got a lot of nice memories going back many years involving the White House Correspondents Association dinner, but I guess what sticks out most is when I was CNN's senior White House correspondent, and I would go every year to those dinners. And the then President of the United States, Bill Clinton, he often had a lot of fun at my expense.
8:35, breaking news. Wolf Blitzer breathlessly does a live feed from the front lawn of the Hilton to announce CNN has learned the dessert will be mocha puffs and chocolate sauce.